Jerry Steffen, who I know all of you miss, and so do we here at NBC Palm Springs. He's doing great. A little stir crazy staying at home. You know Jerry, he really likes to be at work and he loves his weather. So he'll be back on November 3rd. So we're really excited about that. And you get a little break because I know you're doing nice
so
as well.
November 4th, I'm sleeping.
You're sleeping
yes.
in. I'm so excited for you and for Jerry. And then I went to Counter Reformation last night. It's at Parker Palm Springs. I know you're interested in finding out about new spots in town. We actually had Counter Reformation on our Where in the Valley a couple of weeks ago, and I got to partake in their grand reopening from the season. So they were closed for a few months during the summer. They opened last night, and a little bit later on in the broadcast, I will take you inside. It was such a cool evening, and you'll really love it. The decor, the food, everything was just perfect. So
I can't wait. Yeah. All your tips, send them my way.
I will absolutely do that. What are we looking like for the weekend for weather?
It's going to heat up. We're going to see 90s again, but even nicer, I'm going to stay in Palm Springs for the weekend.
I'm so
I'm finally going to stay here, so I'm going to be all over the place. So if you see me, be like, hey, Pablo. I love meeting everyone.
That's so great. Okay, we'll see you for the forecast in a little bit. Thanks so much. Well, let's get to some of our headlines this morning. We've got some shocking news coming out of the Riverside County Hall of Justice. Jake Haro, the man accused of killing his 7-month-old son in Cabazon, pled guilty to charges of murdering his missing infant son, Emmanuel Haro, yesterday. Months after Emmanuel's disappearance, there's still no signs of his remains. Our NBC Palm Springs' Brett Rosen was at the courthouse to break the story and has details.
Count 1, a violation of Penal Code Section 29-800-A1, a felony.
Guilty. Today, inside the Hall of Justice in Riverside, Jake Haro pled guilty to the murder of his 7-month-old son, Emmanuel Haro, in what was supposed to be a felony settlement conference. It was almost 2 months ago that both Jake and Rebecca Haro were arrested and charged for murder. Both pleaded not guilty back in September. Jake pled guilty today to 1 count each to second-degree murder, child endangerment, and falsifying a police report. Afterwards, District Attorney Brandon Smith would not go on camera, but the DA's office would put out a statement explaining how the plea agreement was with the court and not the District Attorney's office. In the statement, it would mention how Jake Haro could serve a sentence up to 25 to life in prison. His sentencing date is scheduled for November 3rd.
Ms. Haro, I will show that you have been arraigned on the amended felony complaint. I'm going to order you back to this department on October 28th. And you want that set for FSC, Mr. Smith?
Please. And as for Rebecca Haro, she still pleads not guilty to the murder of her son. The new date for her felony settlement conference will be on October 28th, and the start of her preliminary hearings will be on November 3rd.
And that was our Brett Rosen reporting. Well, this morning we're also getting details that Silvercrest CEO William Rodriguez is out on bail this morning. He was charged earlier this week in the fatal hit-and-run collision of a Cathedral City woman last year. Yesterday, Rodriguez posted $2 million bail. This after he pled not guilty to several charges, including murder in the first degree, driving on a suspended license, and a hit-and-run death. The charges stemmed from the October 11, 2024 hit-and-run collision that led to the death of 60-year-old Christina Barrington. Rodriguez is set to appear in court again on October 24th and will, of course, keep you updated as the story develops. There was a tragic incident in La Quinta. 2 children were hit by a car while riding their bikes last week, and the driver is now facing some serious charges. Deputies from the Thermal Sheriff Station responded to a traffic collision at the intersection of Highway 111 and Adams Street in La Quinta on October 10th. When deputies arrived, they found 2 teenagers suffering from major injuries after being hit by a car while riding their bikes. The driver did not stop and fled the scene before law enforcement arrived. Shortly after, deputies found the suspect's vehicle in La Quinta and identified that driver as 47-year-old Jose Villasorbe of Palm Springs. Officials determined that Villasorbe was intoxicated at the time of the crash. Investigators also determined he had been involved in an earlier hit-and-run in Indian Wells and was already on probation for a previous DUI. The suspect faces multiple charges, including vehicular manslaughter, hit and run, and violation of probation. One of the teenage victims of the crash is 14-year-old Liam Cantu. In a Give, Send, Go page made for Liam, his family says that he is in critical condition right now and needs to undergo life-saving brain surgery, which he thankfully survived. At this time, they are asking for the community's support, both through financial support and through thoughts and prayers. You can find that donation page on our newsroom tab on our website, NBCPalmSprings.com. The CEO of a nonprofit accused of stealing just under $1 million designated for a universal basic income pilot program will be in court today for a trial readiness conference. Our NBC Palm Springs Alondra Campos is live in studio this morning with the latest on that. Alondra?
That's right, Mary. 33-year-old Jacob Rostovsky, founder of the nonprofit Queer Works, faces 53 felony counts of fraud, grand theft, and misappropriation of public funds. Rostovsky is accused of stealing nearly $1 million in city and county grants, funds that were meant to support housing and basic universal income services for residents struggling with homelessness. Officials say Rostovsky spent it on himself, including purchases at Disney, Burberry, and a stay at a luxury hotel. Back in October 2024, Rostovsky turned himself in and posted nearly $1 million in bail. A Riverside County grand jury returned a 53-count indictment and added an aggravated white-collar crime enhancement, meaning if convicted, Rostovsky could face additional time behind bars. The civil grand jury also found that the city of Palm Springs lacked proper oversight, ultimately losing over $700,000 to the fraud scheme. The grand jury claimed the city failed to follow up on missing reports and never received required financial statements, despite issuing large grants. The city's finance director confirmed that formal financial statements from Queer Works were never provided, despite multiple requests from staff. Jacob Rostovsky pled not guilty to all charges and will appear in court later this morning at the Riverside Hall of Justice for his trial preparedness conference. Tune into our midday newscast for live coverage of this developing case and all the latest details. Live in studio, I'm Alondra Campos. Back to you, Mary.
All right, Alondra, thank you so much for that update. Meanwhile, protesters plan to rally across the Coachella Valley this weekend for another No Kings Day rally. This is a nationwide demonstration protesting the current presidential administration. Here locally, there are 3 planned for Saturday, October 18th. At 9 in the morning, there will be one in Cathedral City, right in front of City Hall on Avenue Lalo Guerrero, and then in South Palm Springs on East Palm Canyon Drive near the saguaro. In the afternoon, there will be one at 4 in the afternoon at Sunrise Park in Palm Springs. It's being organized locally by Courageous Resistance and Indivisible of the Desert. The footage you see here is from their previous action day over the summer on June 14th. Also taking place this weekend across Palm Springs is Modernism Week. October, there will be over 50 events happening, from house tours, entertainment socials, and more. A portion of the tickets sold benefit Modernism Week's nonprofit group, as well as other local preservation, neighborhood, and community groups. Modernism's main week event, now celebrating 20 years, starts February 12th of next year. We're going to head outside. Here's a live look from our Agua Caliente casino camera in Palm Springs. Pablo, I love how the palm trees and all the buildings, they just sparkle in the morning here, which is so lovely. What are we looking like for the weekend?
Yeah, and the palm trees are not moving that much. Slight winds right now. Temperatures will go up, but we are loving life because it's Friday. So yes, the Pablo Spin is back every single Friday. We are pumped, and I can't wait to go dancing this weekend in Palm Springs, especially with these temperatures. 63 degrees right now. If you look at the wind, just 5 miles an hour. Now, the humidity, just 35%. So this warming trend is going to come, but it's also going to start bringing in some dry air. So don't expect any humidity at all. Hourly temperatures at 12 p.m., we got 85 degrees. By 2 p.m., back up to 88, and soon we'll see the 90s again. Don't you miss when we were in the 70s? But again, low 90s, not too bad, not too bad. Dew points at just 32 degrees, so it's going to be very comfortable, not muggy at all. Looking at the temperatures right now, as we go up to the high desert, 29 Palms at just 55 degrees, Joshua Tree at 58. Down by us, Palm Desert, 59 degrees. Palm Springs at 63 at the moment. So again, a very beautiful morning. Go outside, get some walking, but of course, keep watching Mary Strong and your boy, Pablo Alsina. Now looking at the 3-day comfort air forecast, Friday 89. Now this is the warming trend because of the low pressure system. You're going to see temperatures go up, 91 degrees on Saturday, 93 on Sunday. I am Pablo Alsina. I'll be back with the full 7-day forecast. And in case you're traveling, I'll let you know what the weather's like in Vegas and LA. It's going to be nice throughout the Southwest. Pablo Alsina, back over to Mary.
All right, Pablo, thanks so much. Turning now to the White House this morning, where today President Trump meets with Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky. This just a day after the president said he will meet again with Russian President Vladimir Putin in a push to end Russia's war on Ukraine. NBC's Alice Barr has details.
President Trump wading back into negotiations over the Ukraine war, hosting Ukrainian President Zelensky today at the White House and announcing a second in-person meeting with Russian President Putin in Hungary in the coming weeks, after what he called a very productive phone call with Putin Thursday.
We want to stop the killing. 7,000 people a week. Can you believe it? We want to stop the killing.
The fighting in Ukraine has only intensified in the 2 months since the last Trump-Putin summit in Alaska. And the president has repeatedly voiced frustration with Putin for keeping up the attacks.
I'm very disappointed in him because I thought this would have been an easy one to settle.
Frustration sometimes directed at Zelensky, too, who is expected today to press for long-range Tomahawk missiles that would help Ukraine strike deep into Russia.
I don't know what we can do about that.
President Trump citing American need.
We can't deplete for our country. So, you know, they're very vital. They're very powerful.
Russia has warned any Tomahawk transfer would significantly damage U.S.-Russia relations, though Zelensky said he believes the threat of the weapons had forced Moscow to resume negotiations. Zelensky also noting he hopes to build off President Trump's success brokering a Gaza ceasefire, as the president responded to deeply troubling videos of Hamas conducting public executions, clearly not disarmed. The president writing, if Hamas continues to kill people in Gaza, which was not the deal, we will have no choice but to go in and kill them, though he underscored U.S. troops would not be involved in the fight. In Washington, Alice Barr, NBC News.
Well, dozens of reporters left the Pentagon on Wednesday rather than agree to new reporting rules. News outlets were nearly unanimous in rejecting new rules imposed by Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth that would leave journalists vulnerable to expulsion if they sought to report on information that had not been approved by Hegseth for release. Boxes of documents lined a Pentagon corridor, and reporters carried chairs, a copying machine, books, and old photos to the parking lot from suddenly abandoned workstations. Shortly after 4 p.m., about 40 to 50 journalists left together after handing in their badges. Coming up next on your morning news, it's Fido Fridays. Our community contributor Jen Agnew introduces us to this week's Fido dog, Lily. I can't wait to introduce you. That's coming up next. But next, we stop by the sports desk with Caitlin Kelly for a look at today's Friday Night Lights matchup. Stay tuned for that. Let's head back outside. This time, a live look at your Agua Caliente casino camera in Rancho Mirage. Pablo says we're on tap for a great weekend. He'll explain in your forecast straight ahead.
Missed the news yesterday? Well, don't worry. You can watch the latest stories and even original news programming over on our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Every morning at 6 a.m., Jerry and I are here to help you start your day informed and connected. And after our newscast, I head out into our community to listen and bring you the stories that truly impact our lives here in the Valley so that your voice is heard.
You're watching our digital live stream. For the latest news and updates on developing stories, head over to our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Don't miss our digital exclusive content. Me on a Plate. Talking with Thalia. Ty, the Deal Guy, and Desert Entertainment with Todd. Only on NBCPalmSprings.com.
News isn't all we do. We have a wide variety of original programming for you to enjoy over on our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Successful wildlife projects are happening all across the Salton Sea. And in the middle of these restoration efforts, lithium enters the equation. Dive into the delicate balance of nature and the emerging Lithium Valley, streaming on NBCPalmSprings.com.
Worried about missing a broadcast? Don't worry. We stream just about everywhere from Instagram to YouTube. Committed to covering our community. You're watching NBC Palm Springs at 6.
It's time now for Fido Fridays. It's a segment we do to highlight the new community program called Fido. It was started by members of the community and allows locals to take a dog out of the shelter for a day. It helps to decompress the dog, get them seen by possible adopters, and gives you a furry friend to enjoy the day with. This week, our community contributor Jen Agnew introduces us to Lily. Take a look.
Lily is a 3-year-old lab mix, and she has been in the shelter since April 10th. Come here, Lily! Hi! We'll have her back by curfew. Yes. Lily is such a sweetheart. Super easy in the car, great on a leash, and she was just so happy to be out of the shelter for a little while. She needs a home. Sit. Good girl. Hey, she's looking for a home. I think she really likes you. Lily just had to get her photo taken. And honestly, I couldn't say no. She gives the sweetest kisses, and you can take her anywhere. She would be the perfect best friend for anyone. Say hi. Say adopt me. Join the Fido program and give a shelter pup like Lily a break and a little love.
And if you'd like to adopt Lily, you can contact the Coachella Valley Animal Campus. Their ID number is A1852513. That's the number you see here on your screen. And if you'd like to become a Fido walker and take a dog out for the day, you can send an email to Pam Solek. That's pam.solek@gmail.com, or find her on the Nextdoor app. And we have some great news to share. One of the longest residents at the Coachella Valley Animal Campus in Thousand Palms, Max, who we featured on our show 2 Fridays ago, finally got adopted. We are thrilled he finally found his forever home. Well, it's time now for our Dish Detective segment. It's a contest we're running on Instagram with Dining with the Davids. They show us some food from a local restaurant, give hints about that restaurant, and you guess where it is. If you guess it correctly, you're entered into a drawing to win a $100 gift card to that restaurant. Well, last week's restaurant was Sotto Voce. The deadline to guess this week's restaurant ended yesterday at noon. Let's take a look at some of the clues.
First clue, a girthy, creamy croque monsieur pastry that will take your breath away. Flaky, salty, and oozing with bechamel that's as rich as it looks. Clue number 2, a cheeky croissant donut hybrid. We can't say the famous trademark name, but let's just say if a croissant and a donut had a baby, you'd find it here. No copyright lawyer needed. And for our final clue, a seasonal fig tart with silky vanilla cream, golden figs, and a crisp pastry shell that practically shatters when you bite in.
Well, did you guess the restaurant? It's Coffeeism Co. in Palm Springs. Big cheers to all our foodie sleuths who played along and guessed it right. But there can only be one winner, and it was Barbara Kirkland Quesada. Congratulations, Barbara. You win a $100 gift card to Coffeeism Co. We hope you enjoy your meal there, and be sure to follow both NBC Palm Springs and Dining with the Davids on Instagram for your next chance to win. We'll have your next clues for you on Monday morning. Well, if you would like some more information on some of the stories we're airing in our broadcast this morning, you can go to NBCPalmSprings.com. We've got our top stories right there on our home page, along with our breaking news and our newsroom tab, where you're going to find our stories and local events organized by date. We're going to head back over to Pablo in the Weather Center for a look at what's ahead in your forecast. Hi, Pablo.
Thank you, Mary. The sun is starting to come up. The weathers are going up as well. I'll have your full weather breakdown when we continue here on NBC Palm Springs.
Well, don't worry. You can watch the latest stories and even original news programming over on our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Every morning at 6 a.m., Jerry and I are here to help you start your day informed and connected. And after our newscast, I head out into our community to listen and bring you the stories that truly impact our lives here in the Valley so that your voice is heard.
You're watching our digital live stream. For the latest news and updates on developing stories, head over to our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Don't miss our digital exclusive content. Me on a Plate. Talking with Thalia. Kai, the Deal Guy. And Desert Entertainment with Todd. Only on NBCPalmSprings.com.
News isn't all we do. We have a wide variety of original programming for you to enjoy over on our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Successful wildlife projects are happening all across the Salton Sea. And in the middle of these restoration efforts, lithium enters the equation. Dive into the delicate balance of nature and the emerging Lithium Valley, streaming on NBCPalmSprings.com.
Worried about missing a broadcast? Don't worry. We stream just about everywhere from Instagram to YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, and of course our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
I am Pablo Alsina, my second week in Palm Springs coming to an end today, and what a beautiful weather. The sun coming up, clear skies. You will not see a cloud. You won't see rain for a long time in this area. And as you can notice, palm trees not moving much, hardly that much wind. So it's beautiful, but it's going to feel kind of hot again. Right now, 65 degrees, which is perfect. The wind I mentioned, just 9 miles an hour. But because of the low pressure system coming from California, from the north of California, the temperatures will go up. Right now, the winds, Palm Springs just 9 miles an hour, Thousand Palms, winds of just 8. Big Bear City, winds of 0. How could that be? Yeah, winds calm right now. Cabazon, wind gusts of just 10 miles an hour. In case you're traveling, LA at 82 degrees for the highs today. If you're going to go up to Vegas, get a little dancing, a couple shows in, just 78 degrees. Perfect time to go all the way to Vegas. How about Phoenix, just 84 degrees in the high. So the whole Southwest, very comfortable, very, very nice. In our temperatures, the high temperatures you will see today up in Joshua Tree, we're at 76. Palm Springs, just 89 degrees for the high. We're getting close to that 90 again. Big Bear City, they already have snow in the mountains. 59 degrees, their highs that they will be seeing today. In case you're going for a walk after us, and I always preach it, get your exercise in, get some walks in, look up to the stars and the sky, not just your phones, and a great day to do that. 6 a.m. 67 degrees at 8 a.m. We're going to go up to 72. By noon, it's going to start heating up quickly. 88 degrees. But still, get your exercise in when you can. Play with beautiful dogs. Adopt dogs and cats if you can. I love that we do that here. 7-day comfort air forecast on Friday at 89 degrees, Saturday 91. And I will be at the Firebirds game tomorrow. I'm not working, but I'm going to stay for the Firebirds game. So if you see me, come say hi. Temperatures are going to go up to 94 degrees on Monday. Then after that, they're going to start going back down. That was your 7-day comfort air forecast. I am Pablo Alsina, at Pablo Alsina on Instagram. Send me a message. Let me know if you like the Pablo spin. That's only on Fridays.
latest stories and even original news programming over on our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Every morning at 6 a.m., Jerry and I are here to help you start your day informed and connected. And after our newscast, I head out into our community to listen and bring you the stories that truly impact our lives here in the Valley so that your voice is heard.
You're watching our digital live stream. For the latest news and updates on developing stories, head over to our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Don't miss our digital exclusive content. Me on a Plate. Talking with Thalia. Kai, the Deal Guy. And Desert Entertainment with Todd. Only on NBCPalmSprings.com.
News isn't all we do. We have a wide variety of original programming for you to enjoy over on our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Successful wildlife projects are happening all across the Salton Sea. And in the middle of these restoration efforts, lithium enters the equation. Dive into the delicate balance of nature and the emerging Lithium Valley.
And now, NBC Palm Springs Sports, powered by Agua Caliente Casino.
Well, the Firebirds' fourth season is in full swing. Saturday night, they have a game right here at home against the Colorado Eagles. Puck drops at 6. As part of Season 4, our very own Tim O'Brien has been going behind the scenes to give you exclusive deep dives into all the work that goes into making every game a success. It's all part of our Off the Ice show that you can watch on our website, NBCPalmSprings.com. Take a look at our exclusive segment with the Firebirds coach, Derek Lexdahl.
Okay, I'm going to show a couple clips. This is from the playoff series last year against Abbotsford. And these two clips, you'll see the forecheck of Abbotsford. So basically, this is a D-zone entry for the Firebirds. And what's going to happen is we do have set plays from our breakouts. And we have set calls, depending what the forecheck is. And a lot of this is based on off the fly. So you read the situation, you scan, you check your shoulders. There's talking communication. You'll see that Coco will be yelling, talking the D. This D-man will be going back first on the puck. And we have commands. So you'll see that when I press play, what'll happen is this puck goes into the corner behind the net. And we have a set breakout where this puck gets to the wall on this area here. And we talk about getting the battle higher. We want the battle higher in the walls up in here in the breakout. And then we do in the corner. It's a lot easier to defend. So what happens is this puck gets turned over and their D-man gets to the puck before us. It goes down the wall. And you see that our D-man made a mistake below the goal line. We lose the puck. And guess what happens? It's in the net. So that just goes to show you a good forecheck can force the breakout team to make mistakes and it's going to end up in your net. And that's what we want to do on our side of the forecheck. So just moving forward to the next goal. This is the goalie handles it. Anytime the goalie comes out and plays the puck, we have set routes. So we want to make sure that we have a defenseman going back into the dot lane, toes up in that dot lane. And then on the other side, the defenseman has to work back and support the puck. And then we'd have a low support in here, left or right, whatever side the puck goes to. And that's a set play. So Coco or Victor, they know that they have to make those plays to the left or right. We want to trap the forecheck. And if the goaltender has a read, he has his head up, he can rim that puck right around the wall, pass our D-man to the winger on the wall, and he would roll into it. But in this video, again, the forecheck does a really good job. We miss the pass to the D-man in the corner. We got great low support here, should be wide open. It should be 1 pass, 2 pass, and now we should be skating out the middle of the ice. I did a presentation this summer for TCP, the coach's site. It was how to beat an aggressive forecheck. We talk about 1 pass, 2 pass, 3 pass execution, and you should be out of the zone. And here we don't do it. We turn the puck over, and boom, it's in the net that quick. So it just goes to show you with an effective forecheck, you can force the other team into making mistakes, and you're going to get rewarded on it, and you can see what happened there. Our staff is we have a great staff here with Stu and Soner, and then the new additions of our new goalie coach Vince Stiletti, and then our Brooksy DiMarino, our video coach. And I think with Matt Larkey down here, skills coach, I think the kids have a great environment to not only to grow their game, but to grow as players and humans on and off the ice. So I think it's a great spot. So for us, we're going to have to take some of these games with a grain of salt. Yes, there's going to be mistakes being made, and it's okay to fail. It's okay to make mistakes. It's how do you practice the next day? How do you go forward the next game? And I think the team or the fans are going to see a different team from the start of the season to what they'll see at the end of the season. You're going to see these kids take these steps going forward. Not only are they prospects, they're high-end draft picks. You know, we've got some kids that are probably a little ahead of the others in certain areas of their game, but you know, we've got some high-end kids. You know, look at our second-year player. Look at Nicky Coco. You know, another year in the American Hockey League, he's going to be close to pushing for a job in the National Hockey League. I like the summer that Jagerfurk has had, David Goyer had. You know, it's just great to see these guys take steps. And now we're looking forward to see the next group of players taking steps. Oscar Mulgard came in at the end of the season last year. He's going to be close going forward. When will he? I think Jim Nill from the Dallas Stars had talked about. We look at the players as fruit on a tree, right? They're quite not ripe yet, and when they're ripe, they'll take them up to the National Hockey League. We still have a few players. The seeds are getting planted, and some players are already on the vine. They're getting ripe. So I think for the fans, it's going to be exciting going forward this year. And for me and my staff, I love working with kids because they're open to learning. They want to get better. It's great to see them improve every day and take those steps.
To catch all that full episode of Off the Ice, you can go to our new website, NBCPalmSprings.com, and go to our programs page. There are new episodes every Sunday. We'll be right back with a look at more local headlines. Stay right here.
Missed the news yesterday? Well, don't worry. You can watch the latest stories and even original news programming over on our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Every morning at 6 a.m., Jerry and I are here to help you start your day informed and connected. And after our newscast, I head out into our community to listen and bring you the stories that truly impact our lives here in the Valley so that your voice is heard.
You're watching our digital live stream. For the latest news and updates on developing stories, head over to our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Don't miss our digital exclusive content. Me on a Plate. Talking with Thalia. Kai, the Deal Guy. And Desert Entertainment with Todd. Only on NBCPalmSprings.com.
News isn't all we do. We have a wide variety of original programming for you to enjoy over on our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Successful wildlife projects are happening all across the Salton Sea. And in the middle of these restoration efforts, lithium enters the equation. Dive into the delicate balance of nature and the emerging Lithium Valley, streaming on NBCPalmSprings.com.
Worried about missing a broadcast? Don't worry. We stream just about everywhere from Instagram to YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, and of course our website, NBCPalmSprings.com. Be sure not to miss anything.
Now, this is NBC Palm Springs.
Welcome back. We hope your Friday's off to a great start. I'm Mary Strong. Pablo Alsina is filling in for meteorologist Jerry Steffen this morning. He'll have your AccuWeather forecast coming up in just a few minutes. But first, a look at some of your top stories. Some local nonprofits say they're feeling the effects of the government shutdown. Friends of the Desert Mountains says their staff had to leave its offices at the Monument Visitor Center off Highway 74. Staff members were removed on October 2nd, halting popular public programs like tortoise talks, bird walks, and lectures. Now volunteers are also no longer allowed on site.
We hope that there's a solution sooner than later for these offices to be opened back up, and so we can continue moving forward. We do have one of our largest annual event coming up on November 12th, and so we have a lot of organizing and working to do for that. So it would really be beneficial if we had these offices, but we're also ready to, pivot and make whatever changes we need to make sure that we continue our programs, continue our fundraising, and are able to provide this educational opportunities for people of all ages in the Coachella Valley.
For now, they're looking for new spaces to continue their work and urging the public to stay updated at desertmountains.org. The California State University San Bernardino Palm Desert campus is celebrating a major investment in student success, awarding more than $150,000 in scholarships for this academic year. More than 60 students across a variety of disciplines are receiving support, recognizing not just academic excellence, but also community involvement and personal growth. In addition to easing financial burden, scholarship recipients will also have access to mentorship, peer tutoring, and career development workshops. Children's Discovery Museum of the Desert is showing a new way to celebrate creativity with its Eyes of Discovery mural wall. It's a large-scale art installation made up of thousands of photo tiles from Coachella Valley supporters. The mural is located on the side of the museum in Rancho Mirage and reflects how children see the world, promising wonder and possibilities. Each tile represents a story, a family, and a shared commitment to inspiring curiosity. For just $250, which is a tax-deductible donation, your photo can become part of that mural, helping fund hands-on exhibits and programs for thousands of children here in the Valley. Tiles purchased by November 15th will be installed by December 19th, just in time for the holidays. La Quinta's first fall festival starts tonight at La Quinta Park at 5 o'clock. They'll have food trucks, live music, face painting, balloon artists, and a whole lot more. All are welcome to the fall festival. Also this week, Palm Springs Parks and Recreation is hosting a variety of Halloween events for the month of October. Starting this week, there will be a showing of Beetlejuice in Sunrise Park. That's tonight at 7. It's a free event, and you can bring your blankets and lawn chairs. Enjoy your time under the stars tonight. Pablo says it's going to be a gorgeous night. And on Saturday, October 18th, there will be a floating pumpkin patch at Palm Springs Pavilion. That sounds super cool. It's from 1 to 3 p.m. Activities will include pumpkin diving, go figure, arts and crafts, swimming, and theme activities. For more events that'll take place throughout the month, stay tuned to NBC Palm Springs. We'll keep you updated on all the happenings. A new affordable apartment complex designed for those 55 and older just opened its doors in Palm Springs. NBC Palm Springs' Tiani Jadaling spoke with the folks who developed that project and has details.
If you've driven up North Palm Canyon Drive in Palm Springs, then you must have seen this building. It's home to several seniors whose earnings range anywhere from 0 to 80% of the median income in the area. And it's making space for the senior population who need housing assistance. Maria Torres and her son Abel moved in just last month. They tell me this move is a downsize, but it's the location that makes this place so significant.
It's close to her doctors. It's within a block of her hematologist, Dr. Holman. It's all within a block. So it's a nice neighborhood, it's a nice building, but as her caregiver, what I care most about is access to the medical services that they have in the area.
Long-term rent restrictions will be set in place for 69 of 71 units within the complex, and a dedicated 25 units will be home to formerly unhoused individuals. The project was partially funded by Lift to Rise, making it part of the nonprofit's goal of 10,000 new affordable housing units over 10 years.
With affordable housing, often it takes a lot of different sources of funding to make a project possible. And so Lift to Rise, in partnership with Low-Income Investment Fund, we're able to come together with some funding for this project. So we provided 3 different loans which ultimately was able to save the project about over $1 million.
Many officials making note that collaboration and partnership are absolutely necessary to build a project like this.
They now have a place to call home, and this is going to be a game changer for them.
Maria Torres and her son are still adjusting to their new home, but so far they say it checks all of their boxes.
I like it a lot, and the more people I see, the better. I keep seeing more neighbors coming in, try to introduce myself to almost everybody.
Tiani Jadaling, NBC Palm Springs.
Let's head outside, take a live look from our Agua Caliente Casino camera in Palm Springs. Pablo, how's the weather shaping up for today?
Beautiful. It's going to start heating up, but we're used to that here. I sure did enjoy when the temperatures were in the 70s. Right now, 65 degrees with humidity at just 33%. So it's very dry outside, which is gorgeous when the temperatures go up, but it's dry. It's not that bad. I'm from Miami. Sometimes it was 85 degrees, felt a lot hotter than here when it's 110. So yes, it will be dry, but the temperatures will go up. Right now, 68 degrees in Desert Hot Springs, Palm Springs at 65. And if we zoom in, 29 Palms at 61 degrees. Now, if you're going to be driving around the Southwest, good time to drive. Absolutely no rain anywhere in the area. If you go up to Vegas, to LA, to San Diego, should be a super comfortable drive. And the temperatures are relatively low and comfortable in those cities as well. So it's a nice time to get a little road trip in. It's also nice to stay in Palm Springs. If you're going to go walking, 67 degrees around now, but by noon it's going to be 88 degrees. So try to get that walk in around 8 in the morning when the temperatures are still cool and crisp. Our 3-day comfort air forecast, 89 on Friday. But then look at this. The 90s are back. 91 degrees on Saturday, 93 on Sunday. Yes, the 90s are back. I wish the music from the 90s were back. Good years, those. I'll be back with my 7-day forecast coming up.
All right, Pablo, thanks so much. Well, Governor Gavin Newsom has signed a controversial bill into law that could impact thousands of immigrant families across California. Assembly Bill 495 will allow extended family members to step in as caregivers if a child's parents are detained or deported. The law also bans daycare providers from collecting immigration information on children or their parents and lets parents name a temporary legal guardian through family court. Not everyone is on board with the new law, however. One of its most outspoken critics is Riverside County Sheriff and candidate for state governor Chad Bianco, who shared his disapproval on social media and offered an alternative way in which families could protect their children.
Make no mistake, this is another bad law putting our kids at risk. In the meantime, I'm going to give you 3 must-dos to protect your children. Update your school's emergency contacts for your child. Complete a caregiver's authorization affidavit, CAA, for each child. Create your own family preparedness plan. Who picks up, where to meet, medications, backups, etc.
The law goes into effect January 1st, 2026. Until then, state agencies and family courts are expected to issue guidelines for how relatives can legally be designated as temporary guardians. It's time now for Your Health Today, brought to you by Inland Empire Health Plan. In another move by Governor Gavin Newsom, yesterday he unveiled a plan to reshape the insulin market here in California. Starting January 1st, diabetes patients will be able to purchase insulin under the state's own CalRx label for $11 per pen or $55 for a 5-pack. NBC's Amber Frias reports.
Today, Governor Newsom stood with patients and families impacted by diabetes, announcing what he calls a historic step toward health care for all.
I have given myself 67,333 insulin injections.
Nikita has type 1 diabetes. Grace's father and grandmother both have type 2.
For both of them, insulin is not optional. It's survival. Yet they each spend well over $100 each month for something they simply can't live without.
Starting next year, these costs could drop significantly. Governor Newsom says beginning January 1st, diabetes patients will be able to buy a month's supply of long-acting insulin for $55.
We are taking out the middleman, and we are fundamentally reducing the cost to individuals.
The insulin pens will be made available through the CalRx program, an initiative launched under Newsom that allows the state to contract directly with manufacturers to produce generic medications. These pens are interchangeable with Glargine, the generic version of Lantus, a once-a-day injection that regulates blood sugar. The governor's office says patients currently pay more than $90 for the same medication.
Today's announcement represents hope for my dad, my grandmother, and the countless families in California who rely on insulin to stay alive every single day.
Like Grace's father and grandmother, the American Diabetes Association says roughly 3.5 million Californians have diabetes.
Seeing the dollar signs drop in front of insulin costs, which is literally the vial of life for millions of children and adults living with diabetes, gives me hope in humanity.
And that was Amber Frias reporting. Coming up next on your morning news, Manny the Movie Guide talks with one of the stars of the newly released movie Black Phone 2. That's next. But first, we're going to head back outside. This time, we're giving you a live look from our Agua Caliente Casino camera in Rancho Mirage. Love the blues and pinks coming up as the sun rises here on this beautiful Friday morning in the valley. Pablo Alsina will break down your full forecast for you straight ahead.
Head over to our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Don't miss our digital exclusive content. Me on a Plate, Talking with Thalia, Kai the Deal Guy, and Desert Entertainment with Todd. Only on NBCPalmSprings.com.
News isn't all we do. We have a wide variety of original programming for you to enjoy over on our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Successful wildlife projects are happening all across the Salton Sea. And in the middle of these restoration efforts, lithium enters the equation. Dive into the delicate balance of nature and the emerging Lithium Valley, streaming on NBCPalmSprings.com.
Worried about missing a broadcast? Don't worry. We stream just about everywhere from Instagram to YouTube, Twitter, Facebook.
I am Pablo Alsina. Look at this beautiful shot from the Indian Wells Golf Resort. The little pinks and blues in the skies, not a cloud there. Just gorgeous. I can't wait to play some golf here in Palm Springs. Yeah, I shot 80 once, but it was a par 3. Not a good golfer. Let's look at the temperatures right now compared to what we're usually at. 91 degrees. The high is normal. Today, 89, so slightly less. Nowhere near the record. 105 degrees set in 2020. But check this out. In 1946, on today's date, it was just 39 degrees. Hourly temps with dew points. At 2 p.m., we should reach our high of 88 degrees. Dew points just at 32, so it's going to be very comfortable. Lots of dry air coming in. So even though the temperatures are going up, you won't have that humidity factor. You won't be sweating that much. Thousand Palms, wind gusts of 7 miles an hour at Palm Springs. 9, Whitewater with wind gusts heading west at 12 miles an hour. Big Bear City now with gusts of 11 miles an hour heading south. Now, if you're going to travel, high temperatures, not that high all the way around. San Diego just 76 degrees. LA at 82. Even Vegas 78 degrees. Got to go check out Tiesto, get some dancing in Vegas. Well, good time to do that. High temperatures today. Palm Springs, we're going to see 89. Joshua Tree at 76. Way down in Indio, just 89 degrees. Again, no 90s yet, but that's definitely going to change tomorrow. You're going to start seeing 90s again as we look at our 7-day comfort air forecast. On Friday, today 89, but again, because of the low pressure system coming from the north of California, temperatures will go up. On Saturday, 91, Sunday, 93. Monday should be the hottest of the week at 94, and then the temperatures will start going back down again. Again, I am Pablo Alsina. It's Friday, so you get one more Pablo spin, woo, every single Friday. Keep it here on NBC Palm Springs.
Coming up on Today, have you noticed you've been getting even more robocalls this morning? What experts say they are back on the rise and what you can do to stop them. That and more coming up in just a bit ahead here on Today.
Missed the news yesterday? Well, don't worry. You can watch the latest stories and even original news programming over on our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Every morning at 6 a.m., Jerry and I are here to help you start your day informed and connected. And after our newscast, I head out into our community to listen and bring you the stories that truly impact our lives here in the Valley so that your voice is heard.
You're watching our digital live stream. For the latest news and updates on developing stories, head over to our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Don't miss our digital exclusive content. Me on a Plate, Talking with Thalia, Kai the Deal Guy, and Desert Entertainment with Todd. Only on NBCPalmSprings.com.
News isn't all we do. We have a wide variety of original programming for you to enjoy over on our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Successful wildlife projects are happening all across the Salton Sea. And in the middle of these restoration efforts, lithium enters the equation. Dive into the delicate balance of nature and the emerging Lithium Valley, streaming on NBCPalmSprings.com.
Worried about missing a broadcast? Don't worry. We stream just about everywhere from Instagram to YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, and of course our website.
And now the Agua Caliente Entertainment Report, brought to you by Agua Caliente Casinos.
Spotify is announcing plans to collaborate with Sony Music Group, Universal Music Group, Warner Music Group, Merlin, and Believe to develop responsible artificial intelligence products. In a press release, the company says the move will empower the artists and songwriters they represent and connect them with the fans who support them. Spotify says that it is making significant investments in AI research and product development, including a new AI research lab and product team. The company did not specify what AI tools are in development, but say all products will put artists and songwriters first. The company says it hopes to bring on additional rights holders and distributors over time. Well, Manny, the movie guy says Black Phone 2 is terrifying, but it also made him cry. Here's our resident film critic with an exclusive look at the sequel.
Have you heard of the Grabber? I killed him.
Hi, how you doing?
I'm wonderfully blessed as always, and so are you. And a big congrats on Black Phone 2.
Thank you.
Creepy and heartfelt. You scared me and made me cry buckets. What kind of a horror film?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, and you're welcome.
What happened in that basement really changed it.
I was just excited to come back as Finney and tell another story, and this story is much different and a different message from the first film. The first film was about, you know, a kid who feels out of place in this world, kind of, you know, becoming a teenager and also going through this traumatic event. And then the second film is about, you know, this teenager becoming a man and you know, dealing with the PTSD and the trauma of what happened.
Hello, Finney.
And the Grabber's powerful, and Ethan Hawke as an actor is just as powerful. He's so great, and you know, I've talked about it a bit, but he's wearing a mask like almost 190 or like 90% of this movie, and the fact he gives that level of performance through a mask and just with his eyes and voice and body language, it's inspiring, and he's so great. And just getting the chance to share the screen with him again and bring Finney and the Grabber back one more time is really cool.
It's just a word.
I just really hope that, you know, I think if you really enjoyed the movie and you love the characters, I think you'll really appreciate, you know, kind of the arcs they go through in this film. And, you know, the Grabber's back and he's cooler and scarier. So, yeah.
That's right. But, you know, I like what I said, you know, they're going to scare you, but they're also going to make you laugh and and cry. You know.
Wake up! Wake up!
This place, you brought us here for a reason.
Do you believe in the supernatural?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes. There's some stuff that goes on that's kind of unexplained, but yeah.
Just don't have a black phone near you.
No. I'm good off that.
Big congrats on Black Phone 2. Again, a character-driven, scary flick that is equal parts affecting and terrifying. I enjoyed it.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Ooh, that looks so spooky. Thanks to Manny for that report. Well, if you'd like more information on our stories we're airing in our broadcast, go to our website, NBC Palm Springs. We've got our top stories and our newsroom tab right there where you're going to find our stories and our community events organized by date. Let's head outside for a live look. I always love this shot here at the Indian Wells Golf Resort camera. Such a beautiful way to start our day. We're going to be right back with a little bit more of a special location that we want to share with you from last night. Stay right here.
Missed the news yesterday? Well, don't worry. You can watch the latest stories and even original news programming over on our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Every morning at 6 a.m., Jerry and I are here to help you start your day informed and connected. And after our newscast, I head out into our community to listen and bring you the stories that truly impact our lives here in the Valley so that your voice is heard.
You're watching our digital live stream. For the latest news and updates on developing stories, head over to our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Don't miss our digital exclusive content. Me on a Plate. Talking with Thalia. Kai, the Deal Guy. And Desert Entertainment with Todd. Only on NBCPalmSprings.com.
News isn't all we do. We have a wide variety of original programming for you to enjoy over on our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Successful wildlife projects are happening all across the Salton Sea. And in the middle of these restoration efforts, lithium enters the equation. Dive into the delicate balance of nature and the emerging Lithium Valley, streaming on NBCPalmSprings.com.
Worried about missing?
Well, I wanted to show you a little bit of video from last night. This is Counter Reformation, a cool little speakeasy at Parker Palm Springs. It's officially open again for the season. They took a break over the summer, and last night they opened their doors to the media for a little sneak peek at their menu of small bites curated by Chef Barroso. Hand-picked wines as well that pair with the food from around the world. I got to enjoy the new menu with folks from the local media. It was an incredible night. If you haven't been, I highly recommend it. The food was excellent, so tasty. I had a really nice nice glass of champagne. It was paired great with the garlic shrimp and the scallops. They're open every night starting at 5. And what I love about this, Pablo, is that when you walk into the lobby of the hotel, you don't know it's there. You have to go out the back and go around, and it's all lit by candles, and it leads up to this little door, and you go inside, and it's such a cool little spot. It used to be a closet in the hotel, and they turned it into a really neat little speakeasy. It's so cool, and it makes for a great date night. You go there for a little bite and a drink, and then you go over to Mr. Parker for dinner. It's really, really nice.
You had me at scallops and garlic shrimp.
I bet I did.
Delicious.
And you're going to the Fire Brigade.
I will be there. I will be there tomorrow. So if you see me, say hi. Say, what's up, Pablo?
That's so